This week's Moment of Science is sponsored by Charleston County Parks.
Cooking is by far the leading cause of domestic fires, nationally accounting for 550 deaths, nearly 5,000 injuries, and more than $1 billion in property damage on average per year. Most of these fires begin on unattended stovetops.
And that gets even worse if somebody responds to that fire and they don't try to extinguish it properly.
Which you can do by smothering the burning pan with a lid, a cooking sheet, or using baking soda.
Baking soda is very similar to what's inside of a fire extinguisher. It will smother the fire and put it out. We don't want you to use something like flour or sugar or salt. They may not have the extinguishing effect. You may actually be counterproductive.
But whatever you do, don't you dare use water. It's easy to see how this is a bad idea, but why does this violent reaction occur? It boils down to the often repeated principle: oil and water don't mix. Oil is less dense than water. See how it sits on top of the water in this glass. So when water is thrown in a burning pan full of grease, it immediately goes under the grease to the extremely hot surface of the pan, causing the water to expand rapidly to 1,700 times its original size, as seen in this high-speed video, turning to steam instantly.
And it very quickly pushes all the oil out of the pan, spreading fire throughout the kitchen area. That's what's creating that almost explosive effect of adding water to a hot grease fire.
As such, don't inadvertently introduce water by moving the pan to the sink, and in general, don't move it, even after the fire has been extinguished.
And at that point in time, if you can safely do so, control the gas or the electric to the eye to shut it down. Let that pan sit right here. Don't try to move it. Let it sit for a good 5 minutes and cool down.
As splattering oil often causes injuries. The bottom line?
Never leave this type of cooking unattended for any length of time. And if you do come back into the kitchen, you have an event like this, relax, think about how we can extinguish it, and don't forget, call 911.
For this week's Moment of Science, I'm Storm Team 2 meteorologist David Dixon.